Hi, Ailton here, and today I want to talk to you about how to memorize vocabulary. I think it's a very interesting subject to discuss because most students are looking for a great strategy, and techniques to absorb the vocabulary on language learning. Then, for that reason, I decided to share some tips that I do on my process of learning a language. In my opinion, I think there are a lot of ways that help us to memorize vocabulary, but I don't believe that the best way to do it is memorizing many words and trying to force the brain to collect a lot of words at the same time. Personally, I have tried to memorize a lot of vocabularies, doing a list of words, studying through the flashcards, writing down in a note many words, and also using the dictionary to understand the amount of words, and writing all the time. I have noticed that this way is not so efficient to me and helpful because whatever I try to memorize, some words I was able to use and understand. But sometimes I was not able to understand others. So when I noticed that, I stopped to use these techniques at all. I stopped writing a lot of list of words. I stopped using the flashcards and kind of techniques like that. I started studying a little bit different in order to increase my vocabulary levels. What I did is changed my learning during this process of learning vocabulary. So, because of that, I think the best way to help us to memorize vocabulary is learning different words in context. And I have to tell you, if you pick up much content and read that, you are going to be able to increase your vocabulary to listen and reading much more than do a list of words. Stop doing a list of words or using the flashcards to accumulate the words in your process of learning a new language. You need to find out different words in the context, trying to understand what is the context talking about. Of course, what is the meaning of this context? Then, if you are listening to the content so many times that you like too much, I believe you will be able to improve much more than do a list of words. Another way that I believe too much it's helpful to absorb a lot of vocabulary is listen to the radio station, or maybe you can watch a lot of movies using the subtitles in order to comprehend the vocabulary faster. So my tip here, my a lot of tips that I provide here is you needed to stop doing or making a lot of lists of words. You needed to reading a lot of content because reading is the way to increase the vocabulary language learning process. If you are able to understand what you are reading, you can increase your vocabulary and are trying to absorb it at all. So when I was studying different language on my own, I trying to read. I trying to pick up online a lot of stories that I like too much and reading it and I'm trying to observe the vocabulary. I have trying to use the website named Duolingo and memorize at the same time. But I am not able to understand if I do a list of words. You know, thanks a lot. I hope you enjoy this tip. This is a personal tip that I do on my studies. So this is a channel that provide you a lot of tips, and I share my studies. Um, if you consider yourself self-learning, you can join this channel and help a lot of people too in order to increase the vocabulary. Thanks a lot.